Will you leave the king alone, please? Is Spaz back? Can he put Rob in timeout? It's gonna make me move him anyway. This will be our last game, but it's gonna last like 4 hours because it's just gonna consist of he and I moving one space each back and forth. Frank, you're really saucy today. I don't think I like it. I swear to God, if this was in person, I would have already flipped the table or started throwing pieces at you. Because as soon as I move her, I'll lose her. Plus, I was trying to, like, be sneaky and set something up, but you keep moving your goddamn rook! Why can't I go sideways? And whose fault is that? Mr. Grandmaster Professional Chess Player. Oh. Oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm glad that that didn't work. Oh, no, it worked. Fuck my life. Why do I let you get into my head? Just do it. Just... I'm super confused unless you're like just being nice. Or there's something else that I'm missing. Can you guys smell the smoke yet? I'm gonna fall asleep. I don't dare say anything, I'll jinx it. after Rob and I put everybody to sleep, Frank and Dee will have to liven things up. There he goes with the rook again. Oh, actually, I should have done something different. Oh well. I said after Rob and I put everybody to sleep, you and Dee are gonna have to liven things up. I'm surprised there aren't any free chess games on PS4. I bet you there are if you look. That Pure Pool game that I have, it showed that there's a chess one too. Do you know what I would do with this rook? What happened? Are you fucking kidding me right now? How did you win? I'll give you fun. Like I said, I would have flipped the table or dove over it by now. I'm gonna be in the process of strangling you. There was nowhere for my king to go. Okay. That's just junk. Alright, well I guess we'll have to save a rematch for another time. If the knight wasn't there. What do you mean if the knight wasn't there? Oh, Gotcha. Oh, I was gonna say, he didn't call me at all. I hope it wasn't important. Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, Isabel and I will be up. No, every time I bring up the queen, you take it. Yeah, if he's gonna get it built before winter. Well, yeah, because when I woke up at like around 8:30 for a minute, you were still awake. Eventually you'll go around the clock again. Or I don't know, if you guys want, Trent could play a match against you. Yeah, they don't know how good you are. No. You wanna play him? Oh, yeah, I was black. I was doing really good. No, it's already over. I just pressed the back thing so that I could see why it was over. Anywhere I moved, he would have got me. There was nowhere that the king could go that he wouldn't have been captured. Anywhere he was right, anywhere I moved, and obviously, because it ended the game.
In that situation, yes, but then when he moved his rook up into the same row as your king, he moved your king out of checkmate and simply into checkmate. So then he would have moved your king.
I have to keep the one game that I won, so... There, Rob, if you want to play him, go ahead and send an invite. Oh no, we were trying to set up a game before and I had to be picky and want to choose a different style of piece or color pieces. Yeah, I have to keep that one from April 13th because that's probably the only time I'm ever gonna win. Okay. I'm gonna hand the headset over to him while I turn on some lights. It is super dark in here.
Now what kind of fresh hell am I walking into?
I don't know how to play this game exactly. Like, in terms of, like, invites on it. Yeah, I don't know how to accept invites or do anything, so...
When he's ready, there'll be a new game
Oh.
in that slot.
I don't know why you're limited to these 6 games.
You just have to delete them. You're not limited to them. You can play as many as you want. But
Yeah, but I mean, like, why do you have to delete one before you can play any other games?
so he says pick Gamora, Staunton, and Plastic.
Okay. I didn't like plastic.
Just go with it, because if you don't, you have to start a new game.
Nerd.
That's why we had to start over before, because I wanted wood.
Did you hear that, Rob? She wanted wood. Maybe you could oblige. Hey, Frank. It's been a while.
I smoke one for you, and I have to find the new. I'm sorry it crashed.
Why are you gonna poke him in the nose? He is Kitten. Kitten is always annoying. That is the very philosophy of Kitten. Can't hear her anymore because she's off going to get some kind of drink. Last night it was vodka. Tonight it could be more vodka. Is it more vodka? You're a liar. Oh, I see how it is, Rob. I see how it is. I see how it is, wide and clear right there. Go for it. Trying to be sneaky with that knight.
Towels in the dryer.
Rob's trying to be sneaky with a knight.
You gotta be careful. He's pretty sneaky. What does that mean? I'm sure she does. She's been drinking. Drinking is not effective.
And now he moved another knight, making this more and more entertaining.
I think the music changes depending on the setting.
That's not surprising.
That was a really interesting message.
See, he always likes going aggressive with this. Hmm. never understood the whole thing of talking back. It's just like, well, what are they supposed to do? What was he saying?
Spaz is saying that I told him to put me into the mouth. I did. I dared him. So he only did as I asked.
That night's next, Rob.
Tell him he might not notice.
I'm coming for that night there, Rob. Better be careful. Much fun can I have now?
The only bad thing is he can see Bob potential
Can he?
Yeah, because he can see the screen.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm streaming it. You aren't streaming.
Quite an interesting move there. The amazing part is he's only lost one piece and I haven't lost a single one yet. I would have expected more losses on both sides. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't talking about that night. Maybe I was talking about the other one. Or maybe I had a different plan entirely. Rob's got an advantage here because he can see exactly what I'm going to do, like where I'm going to move and where I can move it.
That's why don't highlight the piece that you're thinking about if you figure that out after.
Well, I think about different pieces. I think about all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, doing party games today? I was up way too late.
Can you show D where to go for the werewolf?
Oh, he still hasn't done the werewolf yet? I did that like the night that we got infected. Yeah, you're a dark elf, right? If you are, then, should be a part of the Ebonheart Pact, I believe. So you have to go to Riften and talk to, someone named Thoreki, I believe. And she'll tell you, to go see another guy just a little bit north of, Riften, and then you talk to him and then go to...
I can't find Riften.
It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's in the northern part of Tamriel. It's connected to, like, it's close to Vardenfell. Look around that area, it's around there, and once you find a place called the Rift, it's like right when you get into the place. Riften is right there. It's gonna be, like, I mean, if you knew the whole, like, lore of Skyrim and, like, all the placement, then, I mean, you'd know pretty well, like, what this, like, where it is and all that. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty easy to me, becoming a werewolf. I did it pretty quick. We've all said for him to do that, but he just refuses to do it.
Isabel, do you want to play party games a little bit? At all? Answer Robin. Trent, do you?
No, not north of Vardenfell. The Rift is near Vardenfell. There's nothing north of Vardenfell. If you want to find the Rift, you go west of it, but what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go to the mainland Tamriel, on the Ebonheart Pact side. I forget what the zone is called, but it's sort of like a crescent shape, kind of. And you start in the eastern part of the zone. You have to, like, work your way around the curve, and then, like, go into the west and then north, and you're eventually going to reach a fort that you're going to have to go around, and it's a real pain in the ass. But once you do that, you'll find, like, a ridge that you can go up, and then you can just keep following the road past the bridge, and then you'll end up in the Rift. Then once you're in the Rift, just keep heading west, looking at your map, and you can see the Riften as a city on the map, and then you just head towards that, and you're good. It was a real pain in the ass trying to get there, but... What the hell did you just do? Yeah, if you're playing later, I can show you how to get there. I mean, I've still gotta check for more vampires so that she can become one. And here's something else. You can, if you, like, when you become a werewolf, you can, like, you get another hotbar, like you have for your skills with normal weapons, and after level 15 you have 2. So once you get a werewolf, you get those 2, and then you get a werewolf hotbar. And then when you get that, you can, you can assign skills to it when you level up. But in order to turn into a werewolf, that's an ultimate that you have to use from your werewolf skill tree, and it turns you into a werewolf for, like, it says 30 seconds, but it really doesn't feel like it. And just know, anything you do as a werewolf, even turning into a werewolf, is a criminal act, so don't do it around guards, because they will attack and kill you. Yeah, I know it's rather obvious, but I'm just making sure, because some people would do that. For the stamina, but see, the thing is, I wasn't sure if I should become a werewolf myself, because if you're a Nightblade, I don't know if you'd benefit from being a werewolf, because I mean, Nightblades are magic users. And if you want any of their passives, you're going to need to level them up, but the issue is most of werewolves' passives only apply when you're in werewolf form. If you're a vampire, then they apply whenever. Yeah, you see, I read that if you're a Nightblade and you go with stamina attacks, unless you really know what you're doing, you're not going to do very well. You're going to be extremely fragile, and you're going to be using abilities that you're not supposed to be using because of that. I know, because I wanted to. I wanted to use a lot of stamina abilities, but I didn't. I read that's not a very good idea. Yeah, Dark Elves are good with magic. So, being a magic user as a Dark Elf is a pretty good idea, but I mean, if you wanted stamina, you probably should have gone with, like, another race. Like, maybe Nords? Nords are, like, maybe, I don't know, like Red Guards? know he should. That is the nature of Kitten, to be a pain in the ass all the time. Oh yeah, you gotta plug in your phone. Well, you see, that's the thing. If they're built right, and that's all if you know what to do. If you are new to this game, you probably have no idea how to play a Nightblade or any character in the game because you're new to it, obviously. Well, I mean, if you count now as his first time playing, he's very new. And this being a first character. Though Dark Elves I could see making good Nightblades, especially with their magic boost, and, shit. Bretons would probably do good. Bretons would be good magic users. Or at least magic resistant. And you may love kittens, but you don't love this one, Spaz. At least you wouldn't after a couple days. And how I tried to build my Nightblade originally was with as many life taps as possible. So I went with like Siphon. I wanted to go with Killer's Blade, but I didn't. I did go with Bloodthirst, which was Morph of Fury. Flurry. Which is something that you get as a dual wielding skill. It's not going to hinder your character, it's just a different play style. I mean, I'd recommend playing as a vampire if you're going to be a Nightblade, but that doesn't mean you have to. That's your choice completely. Siphoning abilities are good to keep you alive, and some of them can help, your teammates. Like me, I went with Funnel Health instead of Swallow Soul, but if you went Swallow Soul, then yeah, it'll keep you alive. And if you really wanted, you could work on your Restoration Staff and use that, but the thing is, that's going to be your only really thing to do damage. Because with Restoration Staff, you can hold it and do your normal attacks and all that, but it's not going to be as good, in my opinion, as normal weapons. Plus, some abilities, depending on what you went with, require normal weapons. And if you want to go with healing, then you need to put points into that, and then you need to use your abilities to actually do damage, like your Nightblade abilities. And I wouldn't even recommend going with healing with your, Nightblade. Oh, it's definitely like Skyrim. You have to go talk to a priest of Archay and then pay like 600 gold for them to cure you, and they will. And the amazing part is if you do that, you'll actually keep your abilities and experience as a werewolf. You just won't be able to use them anymore until you turn into a werewolf again. That's the same as a vampire. Yeah, and you can reset them, but you're probably gonna have to buy like specific things to reset them with. Rather interesting go here. I'm pretty sure he badly wants my queen, but what? Sort of what I was counting on right there, so. I thought something like that was what caused this whole disease there, D. Yeah, Rob's done a pretty good job at trying to pin down my queen, but he hasn't. I mean, I could still move him, but I don't want to. I have better things to do than deal with that, so. Looks like the shoe's on the other foot there, Rob. The tables have turned. You've been swindled. What? I've been swindled. No, it was bats. Yeah, I know it was bats, but you know they even thought it was supposed to be pangolins for some reason. I mean, it's not surprising, but open your computer. I mean, yeah, you could do that to look at the chat. Well, they eat basically everything, and you see, everyone's so hostile against them for doing that. I honestly don't blame them, because I mean, over 1 billion people live in China. Do you really expect them to be able to just live off of, like, cows and pork and all that? Like, normal kind of foods? No, I don't. I don't think they could at all. I don't blame them for hunting other animals to eat. Now, could they do it in a better fashion than wet markets? Yeah, sure they can. But I mean, I don't blame them for eating, like, animals that we wouldn't, because we consider them pets here. So I don't hold anything against them for that. You see, that's what I was thinking. I think it's funny that now it's causing the coronavirus, but I mean, they could have caused diseases in the past, so, and we just don't know about it. I don't know. I just find it funny how people, like, they have been doing this for centuries, like having wet markets, and they've only just now become a problem. And yes, I'm aware, Rob, you just lost your queen. Yep. Lost his queen to a pawn. Yeah. Nope. I mean, I could do this, I guess. Well, I was thinking like something else, because me, it's like, I just took my pawn. Since when could I take the rook? What rook?
Isn't that wicked blind? Another rook?
There's another rook up in the corner. What about it? He could have attacked my king. Done what? Oh, he just castled. I'm surprised he knew how to do that. Now, it being made in a lab, I don't know if I buy that, because if it was, then I really would think that the Chinese would have had some kind of like a vaccine for it already. Because if it was really made in a lab, then I think they would have known what to do with it. I really think that. And seeing of how it's run rampant, I don't really think they have a solution for it, so I'm not entirely sure it's made in a lab. It's made by enemies. Everyone thinks that it was made by the communists to try and kill America, when in reality, America is just filled with a bunch of fucking idiots. I'm honestly, to be honest, I am not proud to be an American right now. I am not proud at all. If anything, I feel shame for being a citizen of this country. I know I shouldn't. I really don't want to be ashamed of this country, but I can't do anything else. I cannot say I'm proud of it. Well, we're not gonna have to worry about that soon enough. Because, I mean, with a disease and with people, like, not seeing anything other than having fun and living like some kind of, like, fucking Greek god of sex and wine, then Dionysus, that's who it is. Everyone wants to live like fucking Dionysus, and just basically live a life of luxury and pleasure, but I mean, is that really something you can do without fucking everything up? I don't think so. I think we're gonna be largely fucked over, but I mean we still have enough young people that we won't die off completely. I mean we're probably gonna lose several billion, but yeah. And then all the young people who just can't be bothered. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All the old people who do shit, and then when they die off, it's gonna be all the young people who can't be bothered to be useful. They're off, as said, being Dionysus, being gods of tits and wine. So, because apparently that's more important than being responsible. Yeah. I need to watch it in the first place. Oh, we do? Ooh, I'm gonna have to watch some Game of Thrones. Alright. What to do, what to do. When do I want to cut my throat? You know, apparently there was an experiment with mice, I think in the 1950s, where, like, some experimenter, like some researcher took, like, 4 pairs of mice and put them in an enclosure that was supposed to be, like, it had enough capacity for 3,000 mice. And what happened was they were given unlimited food, a large amount of space, they didn't have any issues with that, and just lasted, like they were set to last however long they could. And what ended up happening was, at first they were discovering their new, like, habitats, and then they began to expand. Their population grew immensely. But then it got to a point, after a while, where they didn't reach capacity, but they started dying off. And that was because of, like, all the mice were just more preoccupied with, like, their own narcissism and, like, how they looked, how they could get on with life, basically doing what we're doing, where we're trying to be gods of tits and wine, so... And that ended up leading to the downfall of the mouse enclosure, and all of the mice died. Every single one. So it's a rather interesting thing to look at, because, I mean, if you look at it, it's just like... This is very reminiscent of what's going on now. Because, I mean, everyone's now just focused on living a life of pleasure and luxury, and is just caring about whatever they do, whatever they look like. People don't actually care about each other anymore. And so now the older ones will all die off, and the young ones with no kids are going to be dying off. There's only a few of us left in the world that actually do care about each other and want to see things continue. I find it really sad that we've gotten to this point.
Damn, I can't spell.
I don't know what Rob did. I think he moved to king. His king. This is where it ends, Rob. Your end is here. I've won. I got it to the point where no matter what he did, he was screwed. I got my queen next to the second to top line, and so he was just stuck shuffling the king around up there. Then I took the rook and moved it into that top line, so no matter where he moved, king or rook. A queen or rook. Hey, that's a win. I'll take it, so... Yeah, see, that's the thing is, so many people are just like, the media intentionally, I think, tries to separate people in some regards, and I don't know if I entirely trust it, but I'm also not going to say fake news like everyone is, because I mean, there has to be some truth behind some of it. You can't just dismiss all media as fake. Given I'm not naive enough to think that they're all nonpartisan or bipartisan even, but I mean, there has to be some truth behind it, and even like some of the most idiotic and evil people, there's still some good qualities about them. They don't always fuck up. Like, as much as I think our president fucks up on a daily basis, he has done some good things, and I have to give him that, much to my chagrin. But I just don't like everything that's going on now. It's just, cities are on fire, and, like, protests everywhere, and it's just stupidity, and all this is just running rampant right now. I just wait for the day when it can finally stop. I mean, I might buy into a couple of these conspiracy theories and all that, but at the same time, I don't know how much I'd believe them. I'll give them some plausibility, but I'm not gonna just be like everyone else, just blindly believe that they're true. Because, I mean, they may not be. What I want is just all this conspiracy theory shit and all the riots and everything to just stop. Go back to the way it was. I don't want everyone calling racist or something every time someone makes even the slightest comment. I'm sick of... I don't know, I'm just sick of everything. I didn't know what you were doing there. You go get something to eat then, Rob. It amazes tells me how this is reality. Not really what I'd expect. It's not really one I like. But I don't expect it to be one that I like. I expect it to be the shit show that it is. I really wish there were more people around like George Carlin. It's a shame that he died in the early 2000s, but there's more people like him around. It would probably be better. I'd like to be like him, but I doubt I could because of the different times. Yeah. What would we do in the meantime?
Or I mean, we can start it. Bill's right here now. Rob can watch the first one.
I agree, but that's something we're never escaping. Seen that. It looks interesting to me too. Thing is, I'm just not sure how that works, seeing of how I'm left-handed. So I don't know if that'd be a problem in the game, because of like, in the game, you can only really be like right-handed, because your character picks up right-handed, and then left is treated as offhand unless you're using a bow. I don't know if I could do that. I might have to use my right hand.
Did you tell them you were ending it?
I don't even know how to end it, because it's not stop broadcasting.
Oh, okay.
It's still going, but I mean, it's gonna be ending now.
Alright, well, tell them, yeah, we'll be back in a little bit. We'll do party games. I gotta grab Isabel. See when Frank and Spaz are ready.
Here we go. That's something we could do if we could figure out how to